My name is Chef Morrison Joy, and I am from POIC's first chef cohort.
Oh, I can't even tell you how blessed we are to have an organization and a program like this. CEO Joe McFerrin of POIC was so powerful when he spoke at our graduation of the first inaugural cohort. And he really talked about how this kitchen has been a dream for like 15 to 20 years. Like, we are someone's 15 to 20 year dream come to life. And that is the foundation we get to start with. So before POIC, I had just recently moved here and I was the store manager of an organic grocery store and had been fascinated by food since my childhood. And like, it just came across my Instagram one day and I was like, oh, but I don't want to be a chef in a restaurant. And I was like, is this for me? Is it not for me? I've always had this passion for cooking. And I had the opportunity to meet with Chef Kiara and Chef Deshawn. And I feel like they empowered me to be the chef that I knew I wanted to be. I feel like they gave me permission to be the outside of the box. And it was less, for me and them, it was less about, oh, you cook this type of cuisine, you cook this specific thing. It was more about what I bring as a chef and what I wanted. I wanted to combat waste in the industry. I wanted to address people not having access to food in the first place. I wanted to address feeding communities of color and prioritizing getting that produce from farmers of color. Me, post POIC, I founded an organization called Glaberima Dinners. Glaberima pays tribute to Glaberima oryza, which is a form of African red rice. And when African ancestors were brought over here, stolen and brought over here against their will, they would braid seeds into their hair so that they could survive. And it's a nod to how much they have suffered. It's a nod to how much they have done to build everything that we have today. And it's a nod to that continued nourishment. And like, that is what guides me. My hands literally say ancestor because they guide the work of my hands. And that's everything you see me doing. They touch everything I do. I really loved that I was like, can I bring the fact that I'm an artist into my cooking events? Because I started grabbing some just like simple craft paper and a Sharpie, and I would look up vegetables that I was using to cook with in my demonstration, and I would write about them and the benefits that we were getting from them while we were consuming them during the meal. And, you know, it ties into a bigger conversation about how we need to redefine wellness in this country because it has not been defined historically by people of color, right? And so we have to redefine what wellness means for us, and we have to take it back to an ancestral place, getting our hands back in the soil, harvesting our own food, growing our own food, sharing our own food with community. Like this is community care, this is community nourishment, and that is the whole point. If I could go back to not even day one of the cohort, I would go to the day before the cohort started so I could address my nerves. I would say, Morrison, you're capable. You have a foundation that is strong and secure. You have a village ready to show up for you. You have brilliant ideas, and your ancestors are with you. And this is going to be bigger than you thought it was going to be. You went into this not knowing if there was going to be a place for you in the chef industry. And now you understand that you're revolutionizing every single table that you're at because you bring the ancestors there. At every single table, you talk about liberation. At every single table, you talk about reducing waste. And at every single table, you make sure everybody's fed in more ways than one. Proud of you.